What is good, guys, man? Thank y'all for tuning back into the channel, man. If you're new, hit that sub button. Hit that like button. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, how important that like button is, man. It really pushes my videos in the YouTube algorithm, man. It really helps out a lot. When y'all comment, it really helps out a lot, man. We on the road to 13K. We like, a few subs away from 13K, but the ultimatum goal by next year is to get to 100K. You know, anything is possible with God. We gonna get there for sure. But y'all see what the title is. Y'all know we gonna do a lot of videos of Diddy, man. Diddy's Accuser. What is the title? What is the title? I done forgot the title for y'all guys, man. Um, yeah. Diddy's Accuser gives detail of her freak off story. This is all I see when I get on YouTube each and every day. And none of my videos, I'm not about to kick a man while he's down, but whatever he done, he is held reliable for what he's done. And he deserves everything he has coming for him. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Y'all comment down below as the video is going. Let's get into it.
Yeah, the party.
And
Not gonna lie, just by looking at, I can tell a lot about a person just by looking at them and their body language, and tell if they're lying or not. And just the way that look, I don't know. That's just my opinion by her body language, by her looking down. That's just how I feel. But we're gonna get into it, man. We ain't gonna say nothing about it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
he's in the news now because of all the scandal.
And they didn't believe me. But when it started coming out, people were like mentioning me like, you were telling the truth about it. And I'm like, duh, I'm not gonna lie about something like that. And I kind of like tried to briefly talk about it because I knew it wasn't gonna seem true because it was just too much. It was too
crazy.
It was too crazy. People were gonna think that I was just lying. It had like a lot of people involved, celebrities and stuff. So I was trying to be real vague about it, but that party traumatized me.
Hey, look, y'all gotta see this. Shorty about to detail a wild and crazy Diddy party she went to that she actually had to escape from. Check this shit out.
December of 22.
Oh yeah, about to be 20.
December of 22, you were here. You did our first interview. You were just some girl that I met through a friend.
Right.
And you were doing this interview and you mentioned something about...
Shout out to them.
I accidentally
Soft white
mentioned it
underbelly.
too. Like it slipped out.
But Pete,
About P.
you went to one of his parties.
Yeah. Crazy party.
And he's in the news now because of all the scandal.
And they didn't believe me. But when it started coming out, people were like mentioning me like, you were telling the truth about it. And I'm like, duh, I'm not gonna lie about something like that. And I kind of like tried to briefly talk about it because
Bro, I'm trying to get into this video, but this dude kind of looked like me. Why he had to get on the screen, man?
I knew it wasn't gonna seem true because it was just too much. It was
Too crazy.
many. It was too crazy. People were gonna think that I was just lying. It had like a lot of people involved, celebrities and stuff. So I was trying to be real vague about it, but that party traumatized me
How did you get invited to it?
by being with a prince that I met in LA. He lived in Glendale, California. And, long story short, I got out of this crazy little contract and I was looking for somebody to invest in me. And I knew somebody who knew somebody that was like, I want to introduce you to a prince. He know a lot of celebrities, producers and stuff. So I never put two and two together that this prince knew Pete as
When you
the
say
producer.
a prince of what?
He was a Arabian prince.
Really?
Yes. Wow. And he really was a prince for real. But I wasn't worried about him being a prince. I was worried about who he actually knew. So when he invited me to, he met me, he said, I want to invite you tomorrow to Music Ultra Week, whatever. And it's like an event, Ultra Music Week. It's like an event for like 2 weeks where people party, including people. And they party at Club Live.
Wonder why they keep
They
leaving
party
his
at
name out.
like just in South Beach, Star Island, like where people stays or throw his offs at. And I never knew that we were gonna go there because I was there for 2 weeks And I knew it was something fishy. He kept saying, I got a surprise for you. I got a surprise for you. I'm like, but I'm only supposed to stay for 2 weeks and I'm here longer than 2 weeks. And it was almost a month. It was basically a month by then. And he was like, no, because I just want you to meet one special person. So he ended up telling me, like, when we went to Club Live, he was like, guess where we're going tonight? I'm like, where? He's like, to P. house. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, that's crazy because I hear a lot about P. And I'm like, his house for what? Like, to go sing? He's like, no, he's throwing this wild party. Da da da. I'm like, oh, okay. So we went from Club Live. It ended at like, the clubs end at like 3 or 4 and not 2, like how out here is. So we waited around the mansion, the Prince's mansion, for about an hour. And then soon as 6:30 hit, we went. We all got in the car, like a big Uber. And me and all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So
I apologize, y'all. She is not lying at all. She just seemed a little nervous, man. That's about it. And it's something about her aura, man. I can't explain it, but let's get back into it.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to meet Pete. Oh, like, I'm probably going to have to sing for him. Da, da, da. And I just tried to, like, keep my composure.
She got receipts. She definitely got receipts that she was there. And she sound genuine. I'm kind of believing her at this point. Let's get back to this video, though.
So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, it's he can get in trouble, like right now.
Excuse me, I need the phones, guys. I need your phones. I need your phones. I need your phones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Quincy, I know you have 2 phones, Quincy. Oh, there you go. That's what I love. Yeah. Just Glow. So proud of you, Just Glow. Look at that. Got all the phones. Do I have everybody's phones?
So basically, we arrived. Security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth or whatever. Take like 4 pictures. So I, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything. That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house. Cause the is inside the house and in the backyard. So you have the pool and they're playing loud house music. Like, Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up and people are walking around, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around already.
That kind of party.
And they're in the pool dipping.
Like,
and they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So Pete's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house. But I'm thinking you could just go in the house if you want to, but everybody can't go in the house. They're literally select.
Hey, I bet you it was the little light-skinned son. He looked like he'd do some shit like that, like he a recruiter or something. This dude Diddy is a wild cowboy.
Picking who they want. So I'm like, well, what about my friend? He was like, no, only you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm holding the shoes. I'm walking around. I'm a good loyal friend. I'm not going to go inside a house where they say my friend can't go. So we just walking around mingling. But we tripping out, looking at everybody like they off everything smoking and jumping around like hooligans. And so I seen people, whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not going to say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous. Something real crazy, because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me, but when it's about, like, me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro.
Just say it.
Doing something real, well, that's all I'm going to say. So that we could see and so that we can get on, okay? So he's doing something with himself. And I'm like, girl, do you see him? She's like, yes, but mind you, we're screaming like, girl, do you see him? Oh my God, because of the music. And I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts to act like really obnoxious, like, I'm the king of the world, jumping around, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's regular people. But what got me was how he walked up to me and was like, why are you not in the house? And I'm like, what do you mean? He like, how are you enjoying my house? So we had a little talk or whatever. He started talking about all these things. Oh yeah, you're the one that, you know, I seen was telling me about the Prince. He's like, oh yeah, it's very nice to meet you. Like, your life is not going to be the same. Da 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 da. We started talking about going to Cuba. Are you going to Cuba with us? I'm like, what? And that's the thing. I didn't really know about this. So this is when I start asking around or whatever. And I said that in the last interview. But to get to the point, I ended up going in the house because he was on me, like, go in that house. I'm like, okay. And then the person that he was dating at that time, we're not going to say her name, but we all know, she came and was like looking at him like, what are you doing? Because he was talking to me for too long. So she came to like rub on his shoulders or whatever. And he just pushed her. And I'm looking like real uncomfortable, like, oh, I know what this is about. I don't want to be in the middle of there or whatever. So that's what made me go into the house, because I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl. Let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about.
Let me just go in the house.
Walk up in there.
Smart.
I don't judge people, because at the time I was just smoking. But you know when people are out of their mind, and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like, dressed up, little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like, maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like, why would they be here? So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, but then when I'm looking in this corner, this person laid out, and I'm looking like, what's going on? Then I'm seeing like Instagram models or whatever. I'm like, oh, hey. So I'm kind of getting distracted, feeling like kind of comfortable. Like, she's here. Oh my gosh, she's here. And then I see Pete, you know, walking through the house, like with his eyes on me. Like, you know, like, is this, you know, you see, like, are you agreeing with this? And I don't. Now, mind you, I still got my friend out there. So I walked out of the house and I'm telling her like, oh my God, like, this is, oh my God, she like for real? But I'm just like, I'm not even tripping, like, oh, well, like, this is weird, like, you know? So I'm really looking at the situation like, I don't even want to be involved in this type of stuff, because once I see something, I can't get it out of my mind. And I'm like a hypochondriac, like I keep on having flashbacks about it. So whatever. So of course I come out, and then here he goes again. And another rapper, well-known rapper, comes and starts on me like, hey, you. So now it just seems like everybody is faded at this point. They're either drunk or on all the, obviously, with this house music. So now I just feel like trapped in. Like, I don't like it. And I know that when I see it. Because by me being so spiritual and tapped in, I know when something is not right. I'm not judging, but I just don't want to be a part of it, because how am I going to get out of this? Like, I'm already here. And then I heard conversations or whatever. And then people was like, that's the one that I want. I want her. So now I feel like, you know, they plotting on me. Like, did you bring me here on purpose? Like, is this the, you know, producer you was talking about? And I came here specifically with the Prince to rub elbows with people, to network for the music week. But then I put two and two together, like, the Prince have been saying your life is never going to be the same. You're going to be happy. Somebody's expecting you. And I just feel like that was the time that I was gonna get sick, or you know, or something like that. And then they kept trying to make me like. I've been around celebrities before. If a rapper wants you or somebody wants you, they're not going to do it. They're going to send somebody else to do it. So if a waitress is coming, or another girl, or a pretty girl, or a guy, they'll sick somebody on you. Like, take this drink, do this, do that. And then you just feel eyes on you, like watching to see if you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. So I already know what time it was. And it's crazy because I had to leave that place. In my last interview, I told you I had to escape. I had to leave from the Prince because he was telling me we was leaving for Cuba the next day. Cuba with who?
All right, so she has receipts of being there. She sounds genuine. I don't see her lying at all, to be honest. I want to know how y'all feel. Do y'all think it's cap? Do y'all think it's truth?
Man, that's true. She telling the truth. That's all I gotta say. Y'all comment down below what y'all think, man. Y'all comment down below what y'all think, man. That's crazy. That's scary. Yeah. Listen, man, at the end of my videos, I always say stay inspired, stay motivated, stay grinding, man, and cook God first, man. I'm out of here. Peace.